All right, so hopefully you have finished the activity on reciprocals and you have watched the video about keep, change, flip, and you are ready to do some dividing fractions. But hopefully you've also recognized that we don't do dividing fractions. We don't actually divide anything. We've learned a new process where we're actually going to continue multiplying. And it just makes it so much easier because you've been multiplying and you know how to multiply. So we're not going to do anything new here, except in the very first step that gets us ready. So you'll see on my page it says dividing fractions and whole numbers. It's easy, just remember same, change, reciprocal. That is the exact same thing as keep, change, flip. It's the same thing. It's just a different set of words. So we use the video that says keep, change, flips. That's what we're going to use throughout here. And we're going to just change it to KCF, keep, change, flip. And we're going to, when we copy a new problem down onto a piece of paper, the first thing we're going to do is copy the problem. And then we're going to write the KCF above each part of the problem to remind us what to do, because it's going to keep us organized. And it is so important that the first thing you do is actually copy the problem. Always copy the problem. If you're not copying the problem onto your own paper before you get started, you're going to have trouble with your organization. All right, so the very first thing we do is we keep the first number the same. So in this case, it's the number 6. Now, I am going to change this to a fraction because I know that I'm going to need a fraction to do my work. So the 6 is simply going to become 6 over 1, but I'm still keeping the value the same. So 6 over 1, change, divide to multiply, and then I flip, or I use the reciprocal fraction. So the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2 over 1. And then I solve my multiplication like I always have, and then I simplify at the end, because we always simplify our fractions at the end. So in this case, I have 6 times 2 is 12, and then 1 times 1 is 1. And I know that this is like a division problem. 12 divided by 1 is 12. So my final answer for 6 divided by 1/2 is 12. And I did that by changing my division problem into a multiplication problem using keep, change, flip. All right, we're going to do that again. But this time, the whole number comes second in the problem. So we still are going to follow the same thing. We're still going to use the keep, change, flip that we've been practicing. So the first fraction we're going to keep, we're going to change the symbol to multiplication, and then we're going to flip the last one. So in this case, I'm keeping the 1/3, change, divide to multiply, and then I have to flip this number. But I've got to remember 6 is the same thing as 6 over 1. Those values are the same. So I'm going to flip 6 over 1, and it's going to become 1/6. That's how I flip a whole number, or find the reciprocal of a whole number. And now I solve like normal multiplication, and I simplify when I'm done. 1 times 1 is 1, and 3 times 6 is 18. So my final answer is 1/18, because 1/18 is already in simplest form. There's nothing else I can do. All right. So that's how we divide fractions and whole numbers. You have an assignment in IXL in order to practice this. So make sure you look at your page on Canvas and see what your assignment is for practicing keep, change, flip. Make sure you message your teacher if you have any questions.